just south of historic Pioneer Square at CenturyLink Field in the beautiful city of Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. On the return, here's Justin Hardy. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. First carry for the tailback, Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Andre Roberts now to return it. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but third MVP this past season. And what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
He go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Eric Saubert, 49 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up. Right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
First down, Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Rolls again. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
A Seahawk first down. Wilson to his big target, Graham. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Lacey. And he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They stay on the ground on first down with Lacey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now Wilson on second down. He'll set up the screen to Lacey. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Eddie Lacey, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And that's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So 2nd and 10 here. Throwing again. Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Complete over the middle to Hardy. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That throw good for 4. It's second down. From midfield now, here's Ryan. Connects with Sanu right side. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On second down, here's Ryan. Complete to Jones. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 21-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
Now Ryan on second down. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
On third down, Ryan. Caught by Sanu. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Charles, earlier we talked a lot about Russell Wilson, what a great job he did last year in 2017 as Seattle's offense is working their way back onto the field. But they're probably going to need to find a running game to alleviate some of that pressure on Wilson, right?
Yeah, you think? I mean, my goodness, when you take a look at what Russell Wilson did, he more than doubled the rushing yardage of Mike Davis, who finished second. And Mike Davis didn't begin the year on Seattle's roster. They went through a number of runners this season, none of them that fit and really hit. Chris Carson, they thought, was going to be the guy who got hurt early in the year, but they definitely have to find a running game and get back to playing that Seattle football of run first and let Russell Wilson take over from there.
Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Here's Ryan going option right side. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
On second down, Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On third down, it's Freeman, and he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now it's Ryan. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan, it's complete on the bubble screen. That's Freeman. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Falcons on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 17. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. He lets it fly for Lockett. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top. Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
He hits Baldwin right side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. It's a pickup of 19, and it'll give the Seahawks a first down. Lacey gets the handoff from Wilson. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, Lacey. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and just like that, it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get, because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Now Blair Walsh on for a long field goal. He's hit from as far away as 56 in his young career. This will be from 56 yards out. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. And that'll set him back 5. Here's John Ryan now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Ryan. This complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. He's going to fire one deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Play clock winding down. Now Ryan on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On third down, it's Freeman, and he'll take this one down near the 15. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be fourth down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
And no move by Dan Quinn to get the offense off the field. They're staying out there, and they're going for it on 4th. They'll run for it. It's Freeman.
This is where you need to rely on your offensive line, and you tell the person carrying the football, no dilly-dallying around, no trying to hit the home run. Just hit the hole hard and get in there for a first down.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. To throw on second down, Ryan, the left side completion to Jones. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And they're not going to let him get this one off. We have a whistle and a timeout as they'll try to put him on ice a bit. And they still have 2 timeouts left. Again, it'll be Freeman. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Here's Ryan to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
They begin the drive with Lacey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit. Dancing to his left.
And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Again, it's Lacey. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Open man, it's Vanette. They'll get 17 yards there. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to the ground. It's Lacey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
They run it again with Lacey. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Throwing now is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or 2, but it's no good as it stands. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. To throw. Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught inside the 25. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. So it's all up to the other Matty Ice, Matt Bryant now. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it's all up to the other Matty Ice. Matt Bryant now. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And Bryant's kick is no good. He pushed it wide right off the mark, and that changes everything here in OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
First throw in overtime now for Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
First down, this is Rawls. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. And the Seahawks on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Play action. Now Wilson. Try to lay one up deep. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt. It helps out your defensive field position.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Well, part 1 is done, now part 2. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped, and I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body, because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? They're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the effects of moving to the west.
Now what can Ryan do here in overtime? It's hauled in by Hardy. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. From the shotgun, Ryan looking deep for and got his man complete. A gain of 32 that time. They picked up a first down and a whole lot more. Forget about just looking for the sticks. They went well beyond the stick.
I know they were talking about guarding the sticks on defense. They didn't guard them very well. They got a big-time completion on a third down. That's almost a backbreaker, isn't it? In overtime, every play's importance is magnified. And that one could turn out to be huge.
Yeah, I think the blitz there really disrupted the draw.
Yeah, and it's usually when you catch them in a blitz, the draw works pretty well. If you're the offensive coordinator right now, that's visor throwing time, isn't it? Because that's supposed to work in a big way.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a third down and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is third and 8. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Seattle.